I'm going to move on to the second part. Hopping off the roller, and then you're going to put it so it's across the body this time. And what you're going to do is you're going to get your shoulders on top of it, head rests into the hands, and then you're going to slowly lower the head back. Use the hands for support, and then arms up. Now I've got a bung shoulder, so you'll probably find that I'll take my right shoulder wide a bit, just so it feels a little bit better than if I had it up here, or that's the spot there. For me, that's a little bit of discomfort, which I believe isn't terribly good for my shoulder to be in, but I do need to test it, so it's just not far off that I'll keep my shoulder, or keep my arm. Again, you stay in these as long as you can, and use your hands to get your head up. Lift your body up and roll backwards. Lower your head back. Release the arms again. Try not to pop this up too much. Try not to be up here, and see how I've arched my back now? Try and keep it so that it's quite relaxed. If you're feeling discomfort in this area, especially in the lower back, so in this position of the roller but in the lower back, then tuck your tailbone up slightly. It doesn't have to be a huge tuck, and then go back down, and you might feel it release a little bit more. So again, rolling back. This one for me is a good stretch. And again, I'm going to play around with the arms and the shoulders. Stay there as long as you can. I'm going to bring this down so I don't get out of video, but you can lift yourself up if you want. This one's probably going to be the hardest one, or the sorest one, so I might lift my hips up to get my head down, and then with my hips, take them back down to the floor. Now that one I feel a little bit more through my lower back, which is good. And then next, what you're probably going to have to do is lift your hips up. I'm going to move the roller again just so I don't go out of the frame. But lift your hips up and keep your hips up, but lower yourself so your shoulders are on the floor this time. So from here, now you're going to lower your bum down towards the floor, but keeping that back. Okay, the lumbar and the bottom of the thoracic on the roller. Try not to arch up, try not to lift the shoulders off the floor. Try and keep the shoulders flat on the floor. Okay, whether you can or cannot touch the booty on the floor, that's your body. Me, I haven't got a big enough booty to touch the floor, damn it. But I'm getting a really, really good stretch through the thoracic here. Now for me, this is my, let's say, problem area where I'm really tight and compressed through L4-5. So for me, this is really important that I do this quite often. Otherwise, I get really jammed up and I find it hard to move. So to move in and out of this position, I lift the hips up. So I keep the shoulders where they are, lift the hips up, and then I move the roller down a little bit, and then same thing. Put the thoracic and bottom of the thoracic and top of lumbar on the roller, and then use gravity to help you and push your bum down towards the floor. If you can touch your bum on the floor, I hate you. Now for this, for me, I get a little bit through the hip flexors and that, so all through the front part of my hips. Especially on my left side, I'm really crappy on my left. But just use your breath. Try not to pop too much up on here. Even though I pop up a lot, like I do pop up, so I have to consciously try and keep it down, and then when I do, I feel a lot more through the lumbar. So again, push the hips up, take it down. Now we should be on the, not the tailbone, but on the sacrum, so that flat part of the lumbar now. So we're off the thoracic. I can still get that stretch, even though you think that there's not much movement in the hips. Still get that stretch. It's a lot deeper this time, so deeper in through the hips, front of the hips, all in around there, especially on this side. This one's radiating up a little bit more. You could be different to me. Arms, not really much happening in here, so that's why I don't worry too much about those. Okay, so once you've reached the bottom part, it's important. I think this is quite important. Lift one leg at a time. Don't try and lift both. Lift one leg in. Lift the second one in. You're not going to feel too cool here, guaranteed. And then just slowly side to side. And this is almost like a little bit of a massage. Alright, so from here, you're going to lengthen the legs up. Press the feet up towards the ceiling, as if you want to press the feet flat up against it. And then press the back of the knees towards the back wall. So whatever the back of your legs are facing, you want to press the knees there. Okay, so that to me is a lot of energy. It's going right up into my feet, into my arches, calves, hamstrings. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my legs as straight as I can, keep pressing up towards, or up away from the hips, and then take it as close as I can to me. So I should feel right up through the back of the leg. If you can't feel it all the way through there, it just means you're really ultra tight, which is fine. If you feel that your knees are diving in, just turn it so that your knees are straight ahead. So everything's in neutral. Try not to turn it out, otherwise you'll lose the stretch. Try not to turn it in, again you lose the stretch. Really corkscrew the feet so that the knees are facing you. Then from there, go to happy baby pose. So bend the knees and bring the feet in close and just hold on to the base. Sorry for the view, very bad. Should not have worn these shorts. So coming back up again, you can do that a couple of times if you want. I like to do it a couple of times, but just for purpose of the video, I'll get into the last part. So this is a nice big stretch. I have a client who clicks, I swear, about 20 times each time she does this one, and mainly on one side. So you lower one leg down, and you slowly take the top leg across the body, and up to you on how high you want to take it. You can bend the leg, you can lengthen the leg, you can move it around. This side for me is not the clicky side, the next side is usually the click side. But try and keep your shoulders on the floor. With your hands, hold on to the Rolling Roland on each end. Bring it back in. Go the other side. So again, drop the leg, take the other one right across. No clicks today, which is neither a bad or a good thing. And then you bring it back in. Again, I like to do one leg at a time when you bring the knees in. And that's Rolling Roland. Once you're finished, you can rock around. You can do this 3 times, 4 times, really up to you. Just lift your hips,